Hi guys, let's solve the problem 2269 from PBInfo. So in this problem we are going to read data from a file and we are going to output data to another file. So we are not going to use cin and cout, but we are going to use files. So this is our input file and this is our output file. In the problem we will read a number, for example 6, then we are going to create a loop that reads 6 times numbers, and out of them we have to find the biggest even number, which is 8, and how many times it appears. 8 appears 2 times, so you print 8 and 2. So let's start. If we want to read and write to a file, we will use include fstream instead of iostream. Fstream is used for reading from file and for writing to file, but still we use using namespace std. Now we have to define our input and output methods. So to define input method, you have to write ifstream, and then you have to give a name to your input method. Let it be fin. And here you write the name of the file you are working with. It is MaximPar in. MaximPar in. Then you have to define your output method, which is offstream, and you have to give a name. Let it be fout. Then it is MaximPar out, this file. But it can be anything, like it can be merdan read, merdan write, like you can give any name to this input methods. I'll use fin and fout. And then we must read a number, so let's create variable n, and we don't read it with cin, but just like cin, I'm going to use fin and I'm going to read the number, because we said that as an input method we are using fin. This is the input method, this is how you define it, and I named it as fin. And then you are going to create a loop which runs exactly n times. In the loop we are going to read numbers, so I'm going to create a single variable x and I'm going to reuse it every time, like I'm going to read it in the loop. And then we must find the biggest even number. So let me create a variable max, and I'll set some very small number, my max, and if my number is bigger than max, and pay attention that it must be even number, so at the same time it must be even number. How do you check even number? If x modulo 2 egal 0. So if it's bigger than my max and at the same time it must be even number. Okay, in that case I'll do two things. First, I will change the value of max. I will put x inside of max, and then I have to count how many times it appears. If you find a new maximum, so if it's bigger than max, it means that you found a new maximum. So in that case, it's your first maximum. So let's create variable count, counter for count, which is 0 at the beginning. Now I have one maximum number because I just found it, and I have one maximum number. But I must also check if my number is equal to the maximum number, because it can repeat. For example, here you found new maximum even number, but here it's the same. But if you find the same maximum number, you just increase the counter. So if the number is equal to the maximum and at the same time the number must be even number, in that case you just increase the counter by 1. And then you print out the maximum. You put a space because here we have a space, and then you print how many times it appears. Let's run it. Okay, so now here we have a case that we didn't cover. Let's see. It says if there's no even number, we must print -1. So it may be that all the numbers are odd and we have no even number. So in that case, I will not change this maximum. So after my loop, I want to check if max is still this number. If max didn't change, then I will print -1. Why? Because here it says so. You have to print -1 if you didn't find even number. Else, we will print the maximum number and how many times it appeared. Let me again send the solution. And now you get 100. So guys, advice from me, if you are dealing with files, just name it cin and cout because you are already used to cin and cout. And here I will use cin, and here again I will use cin, and here I will use cout. So you see that inside nothing changes. It's the way that you are used to write the program. The only thing that you have to do is when defining input and output methods, you name your input method as cin, you give the file name, you name your output method as cout and give the file name, and instead of iostream, you include fstream. That's it.